going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. I want to talk to you guys today, giving you guys an update on what's going on with me, and give you guys some food for thought for you guys who are trying to start your own business, whether it be in trucking or be online in that any atmosphere, period. It's all about you guys staying focused, keeping your mind clear on the task at hand, what you're trying to accomplish. You know, a lot of times you might, even myself, might have a lot of things to juggle, but you can only tack off one thing at a time. You know, you want to kill more than one bird with one stone, but that's not always the case. But it's always better to just take your time with things and chip away at one goal right after the other. You know, starting a business, you know, you don't want to start off a business and not have all your ducks in a row, because otherwise your business is going to fail, you're going to fail. You know, it's important. I talk a lot about this, and I'm sure you run across it a lot, but your credit is everything. You know, your credit starting off, your personal credit starting off is everything. You must build that up and get it to a sustainable level for you in order for you to, you know, branch off, and whether you're getting loans or, you know, some kind of financing, you know, to finance your business in the very beginning. Of course, 100% encourage you to go about getting grants and, you know, to look into that. You know, I'm still looking into it. You know, grants, once again, I'm just now getting my mind wrapped around it and getting focused on it. But of course, I missed a couple of windows for, you know, a couple of grant opportunities that were available, but that's okay. They always come back around again. So you just got to do this. This is the waiting process. But in the meantime, you know, don't want to stay stagnant, because otherwise you just lose your whole, you know, motivation, continue on moving forward. So you want to keep taking steps to move in the right direction for yourself. So, you know, fixing your personal credit, and then, you know, if you're already ahead of the game and you have a business, you have an LLC already established, then to start focusing on business credit. And, you know, I learned from, you know, several other different people, they all say the same thing, that your personal credit, once you have it built up and you've established business credit, your personal credit should never be touched moving forward for anything. Let that build up until you get to, you know, credit strong and get to 850 credit score, you know. But after that point, you shouldn't be touching your personal credit. Everything should be underneath your business. You should be going out there and applying for business credit cards, you know, business loans, everything underneath the business. And the crazy thing about it is, this one guy that I follow, he talked about, he's a billionaire, but he talked about how he has multiple businesses. I mean, incredible amounts of, you know, streams of income. And just like this year alone, he opened up like 10 or 12 new businesses and established his business credit with all of them, where he has over $100 million worth of business credit just off of those new businesses he just started. It's mind-boggling. And he said, like, in the very beginning, where, you know, when he came to, you know, paying for his employees and things like that, when he didn't have money at that time, you know, instead of him paying out of pocket, you know, he relied on his business credit in order to pay his employees. And he just kept on revolving that over all of his businesses, because he had that much business credit established. You know, instance, you might have personal debt right now, and it might be extraordinary, and you sit here thinking to yourself how you're going to pay it off. And he gave me those gems right there. It was like, you might have an incredible amount of personal debt, but to take that personal debt and cross it over into your business debt and wiping your stuff clean, it's no longer your issue. It's underneath the business, and your personal is immaculate. Next you know, your score's at 850, and it's a wrap. It's anything you want to do at that point. So, but that'll all take steps. But keeping that thought keeping that thought in mind, what you need to do and what you got to do in order to accomplish that. Yeah, it's going to take some time, but if you do it, once you already got established from that point on, you'll never have to worry about nothing ever again. I'm out here on this road right now. I started off this morning. I had a delivery this morning in Missouri, the Neosho, Missouri. Now I'm on my way to back to Minnesota area. Spending a lot of time in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Seems to be like with the company I'm working with right now, that seems to be like their general area, for loads and everything, and always seem to come back to those areas. So I still got about 6 hours left of my day. Got a nice open highway right now. Driving semi trucks is cool, but at the same time, you gotta be safe out here. I see a lot of accidents out here, and I just be wondering how things are happening. But anything can happen out here on this road. That's why I don't want to spend all my time and all my days out here on this road. I have a goal to accomplish, things to worry about as being a trucker. It's like you spend, if you spend $5,000-$6,000 to get your CDL, or if you go about the other way, getting it for free, going through a company, or right now, of course, unemployment's paying for it for free. However way you go about getting your CDL, once you have it, you have it, and it is your job to safeguard that CDL, because that's your bread and butter. So, get into an accident can mess up your entire, can mess up your career, can put a hold on things. Like if you're with a company already, they're fine. But say for instance, you want to transfer to another company, they're going to look at your record, your driving record, and they're going to see, hey, you got into an accident, you had a rollover. Yeah, we're not bringing you on to our insurance right now. You make our insurance way too high, we can't afford it. So then you're stuck with the company you're with. And that can make or break you. Hopefully you're with a good company, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Then, you stay with that company. As long as they keep you on. But if they don't, you gotta go look for somewhere else. And I guarantee you probably find another company to work for. It's not gonna be ideal. 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be ideal for you. And you're gonna have to deal with it until that incident comes off your record after X amount of years. So that's why I don't want to be out here on this road. Here I am in the summertime right now, and it's nice. But wintertime's coming around the corner here soon, and I know I'm going to be still out here on the road during those periods of times, and I'm just going to have to really just take my time, and because my first year driving, I saw a lot of people, a lot of vehicles, a lot of trucks turned over. People are too much in a damn hurry. You're gonna get there when you get there. It's all about you being safe in the process, because you're the one that's doing the hauling, not the broker, not anybody else. But all you truckers out there, stay safe out here on the road, and as well as other drivers out here on the road, stay safe. But have a goal in mind. Try not to let this be the end all be all. You know, like I said, I'm trying to get my dump truck, and I'm trying to, you know, once I get my dump truck from that point on, I'm turn that into a fleet of trucks and a bunch of other different, you know, drivers underneath me moving forward. And from there, sky's the limits. I got, you know, other things planned in the near future and stuff like that. But you know, you got to accomplish one thing at a time first. So you guys stay focused. This is DH Speaks Live. This is Dewan. Thank you guys for watching this video. And thank you for all the new subscribers that I've gotten. Because, you know, I've been out here on the road. People have been seeing my signs. They've been like, hey, man, we're following you. We're following you. And I appreciate the love. But you guys, like I said, you know, new subscribers, give a thumbs up, like the videos, leave comments. And let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care.